This is my audience. Missed you on FaceTime. Ow, there's David. Okay. Do you guys have any pets at home that you love and cherish and that you spoil to the ends of the earth? Most of us can say yes. Well, nobody really ever wonders what they would be like if they didn't have you, if they didn't have a home, or if they didn't have anywhere that they could go and get food or water or anything like that. And although numbers have decreased, usually pets end up on the streets and they go to shelters, and that of which they get euthanized. And apparently, according to the website of the Humane Society, 3 to 4 million dogs and cats are euthanized each year. Now, the goal of the nonprofit advocacy that I'm talking about is the Best Friends Animal Society. And their goal is to keep all homeless animals off the street. They want no homeless animals, and I believe that of which should be our mission as well. I mean, what better thing to stand for than keeping animals off the road and helping just keep the population up instead of down, if you know what I mean. Don't let them be roadkill. But anyways, my first point is going to be that millions of pets go homeless and end up in shelters and get euthanized. Why do pets get homeless? Why do they go roaming the streets in the first place? Well, there's a ton of different answers. It could be divorce, it could be a breakup, it could be money issues, it could be foreclosure on a home, it could be countless of things. Usually no pets, they don't have identification. Usually they don't have the little jingly little things on their collar. So I mean, of course, when somebody picks them up, they're just going to go straight to the animal shelter. But then it is, why do they get euthanized? Why do they just immediately put them down? It seems as though they kill dogs every second. But usually it's lack of space, lack of resources. There's not enough food, not enough water, apparently, you know. There's just nothing that they can give to all the animals, they say. And then there's also adoptability. Whether or not the dog is young or old, that's definitely a big thing. You know, everybody usually goes straight for the puppies rather than going to the older dogs and giving them a chance. And then sometimes there's no genuine care. Usually you go to pet places and the people act like they care, act like, oh yeah, it's all good and dandy, but there's no genuine care there. They're easy to say, okay, well, easy solution, we'll put the dog down. That makes more room. And although viewed positively, animal shelters like the SPCH and your local animal shelter that you think is great for keeping all these puppies, they contribute to the 4 million animals that get put down every year. And unlike most, the Best Friends Animal Society, they don't follow those guidelines. They don't do things like that. They are the ones who have the no-kill policy. And according to bestfriends.org, in the 1980s, a group of friends, they took unadoptable animals and they brought them to a safe haven. And in this safe haven, these animals were able to live out their lives happily, and they didn't have to worry about being put down. They got to do everything that the animals who do get adopted get to do. They got a second chance. And the way that the Best Friends Animal Society works is that they use multiple community programs, and they also have the largest no-kill sanctuary, which is located in Utah. And they started the No More Homeless Pets Network, and they do multiple things, and they provide information on spaying and neutering, which is a key point in helping keep animals from reproducing and creating more problems as people see them as problems. They also have convenient and desirable adoption ways. They have events that they set up all around the world. They do different, they host different events, and that brings out supporters, and that guarantees at least the awareness. At least they get some awareness towards what they're doing. And, you know, if more people came together, this dream could be turned into a reality to keep these pets, keep this flow of being off the streets and not being homeless. That would keep them, it would just keep them from being homeless. Basically, that's the key to all this. And, you know, I think that we could be, the key point to helping this dream become a reality. I think that if we like gave funds to these people, if we were able to allow our money to help these people and it go to a good cause and just like help them financially, we can preserve the lives of animals that deserve a second chance that usually would never get a second chance. Like, I mean, I know if I saw my dog in a shelter and he was 4 years old, rather than being how young he is right now, maybe somebody would pass him up, and I can't even think to pass up my dog. And I mean, if you just put yourself in that position, how many of you would run and save your dog from the shelter immediately after hearing and knowing how many animals get put down? I know everybody would. I mean, it's, you gotta have a little compassion, people. So, I mean, I think that we can bring awareness to this subject, and I think that we can financially help them build, and we can financially help them get more resources and it be more abundant. And I feel as though we can get the word out about the Best Friends Animal Society, and I feel as though we could get more supporters and we can get more groups and we can get more programs joining in with us, and we can take this to a whole nother level. So, I mean, every animal deserves a second chance. Every animal deserves to have the chance that the puppy has. Every animal has the chance that the kitten has. Every animal is just as alive as we are, and the only thing they lack is a voice, and I feel as though we can be the voice for those animals. So I hope you guys are in with me. So does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, I've got one. Can more than just dogs and cats live at these sanctuaries?
Yes. Although that's the majority of the animals that are at these sanctuaries, there's also horses, there's chickens, there's, you name it, there's those animals there. There's room for them all. Yes. What?
Where do these animals come from that reside in these sanctuaries?
They come from like all over the world. I mean, even like out of the country they come from. It's basically any animal that's in need or is brought there, and usually they come from shelters. A lot of times they come from shelters, and once they've reached the point of being adoptable, they sometimes go back to these shelters and are adopted out by a family that wants or needs them.
Okay, nice.
Alright, I got a question. What would happen to an animal brought here?
Well, of course they're going to be first met with the attention and care that they need, and anything that they're lacking or whatever, it's going to be taken care of. Usually they're able to adopt immediately, so hopefully that would be the option. But if not, they'll spend the rest of their life being taken care of by volunteers and all the people who love and care these animals at the sanctuaries.
Sweet.
I have another question.
Yeah.
So is this organization completely a no-kill program? Like, do they sometimes put animals down, or is it always just like no-kill?
It's like completely no-kill, except in the times of when it's suffering from an illness or it's terminal, because sometimes euthanasia is the compassionate choice.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's completely no-kill.
Sweet.
What would I do if I wanted to get involved?
There's multiple ways that you can get involved with the Best Friends Animal Society. You can go on their website, you can donate, you can volunteer, you can, I mean, honestly, you can do anything. Best way to go about it is to get on their website and check everything out. There's contact information on there, and there's always a way, always a way to help.
Sweet.
So, is that it?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if anybody has any further questions on the Best Friends Animal Society, their website is a really, really good place for information, and all the contact information is on there, like I said, and I'm sure you would speak to a wonderful person, and they would give you anything that you needed to know. But like I said, I think that everyone in organizations stands for what the organization is representing, and they stand for it very tall. So I hope you all stand with me whenever we go and we support the Best Friends Animal Society.
Woo! Yeah!